They plan to make the same bad choices again by raising taxes, driving away investment, and costing Albertans their jobs.
Hospitals are not for sale. Hospitals are not for sale. Hospitals are not for sale. Hospitals are not for sale.
We saw your video about buying hospitals.
Look, one of the things that our government did when we got elected was that we began a process of using chartered surgical centers, which are doctor-run surgical centers. They're run by doctors. The doctors bill our government. They are paid directly. No one pays out of pocket for treatment. It's exactly the way doctor's offices work. You go and see your doctor, they bill the government, and you never pay out of pocket. And in fact, I can confirm that under a UCP government with our healthcare guarantee, no one will ever pay out of pocket for a family doctor or for hospital services. I think that activists like we just saw here and the NDP keep trying to confuse the issue. They are completely different issues. Having somebody who sets up a specialized charter surgical center to do specialized services actually saves money, reduces wait times, and for the people I've spoken with, it's a really positive experience for them. So just know where we're at right now. We have 300,000 or so surgeries being done in the province. Most of them are at public hospitals, as it should be, and that's great. It's part of the reason why we have an enhanced surgical initiative where we have gone out to look at the operating rooms that have been out of service and repaired them and upgraded them so they could be put back in service. One of the first things I asked Dr. John to do when he took over as official administrator at Alberta Health Services was to do that review for me. They found 55 operating rooms in our public AHS facilities, and many of them can be brought back into service. That's our first priority. However, we also know that we have surgical backlogs. When I came in, we had 39,000 people on our waiting list who had been waiting longer than medically recommended, and that is not acceptable. So we have a number of charter surgical centers that is working at clearing that backlog. We have 60,000 of our total 300,000 surgeries being done now in these charter surgical centers. I guess we should presume from the antics that we just saw that the NDP would shut them down. They would shut down 60,000 surgeries, which would double our wait lists overnight. They would have no plan for how they would be able to increase the capacity, and they would impact patient care. That is the kind of irresponsible, ideological decision-making that we see on the part of the NDP.
Not so long ago, Madam Premier, hospital for sale, anything?
Yeah, you had a whole show to talk about this.
We will not sell our arms and legs for hospitals. Hospitals should be public.
The problem is with lies that the NDP, every time we get into an election, lies about what it is that we're going to do to terrify people, and then it gets people anxious and worried about what's going to happen. What we have done is establish chartered surgical centers that just look at our history, look what we have done. It's all transparent, and what they do is they are totally integrated within our healthcare system. No one can jump the queue, no one can pay out of pocket, no one will ever pay out of pocket for a family doctor or for a hospital service. But it's important for us to be able to fast track and get more surgeries done for cataracts, for retinal surgery, for knees and hips, for shoulders, spine surgery. These are the kinds of surgeries that are being done. So the NDP would cancel all that, apparently. They would shut down these surgical centers, and they would stop 60,000 surgeries from taking place overnight. That would double the amount of wait lists that we have. I think that's irresponsible. And so if that's their position, they should talk about how they're going to defend it. But I feel very confident that the approach that we've taken has been very prudent and very wise. We're expanding the surgical capacity within our existing hospitals. They do 80% of the surgeries, which is fantastic. They're going to continue doing 80% of the surgeries within Alberta Health Services. But to augment so that we can clear the waiting list faster, we are using these chartered surgical centers led by surgeons, totally integrated in the system. No one's paying out of pocket. So I hope that is clear to people, that what we're doing is to make sure that we can get their care faster and more cost effectively, so that we can end up doing more surgeries. I think that should be the goal of every government.